Yo, what's up? Let me know something in the chat if you are a Muslim or just who you are. Say what's up. Say what's up. Sorry, my mic's not gonna be sounding good. All right, I think my mic sounds good now. Let me know if you are a Muslim or Christian or unbeliever. Anybody really. Waiting on people to join. Waiting on people to join. You can click that link in the live chat. Click the link. It's going to send you to my waiting room, and I'll bring you up. Hello, hello, hello. I guess I'm gonna try to find some lives, some TikTok lives that I can join, and then share my ideas, share my thoughts. I was supposed to have somebody join this live. He did. He changed his mind, and then somebody else is supposed to join right now. It's the same person who was supposed to join yesterday. Um, I hope he actually joins today. It'd be very nice. Neat. I'm gonna guess that that's Ian though. That's watching right now. Just a guess. Where is this guy at? Sorry, guys. I don't know. What's new? This guy's not gonna show up. Why am I even shocked? I don't know. Sorry again. This is taking longer than I thought. Okay, I think somebody is gonna join, but who knows? Yo, what's up, Nabil? Well, since I was supposed to be talking to you, there's nobody on here right now. There ain't nobody to talk to. So you should join, bro. Just join, and I have a verse that I want to show you, and then you don't even have to defend it. You just have to. I'll let you do some research on it. I'll let you judge for yourself. I'm not even gonna interpret it. I'm just gonna show you the verse in Arabic. It's a Quran verse. I'm just gonna show you. Like, you don't have to debate. You don't have to defend it. I just want to see what you think about it. So if you change your mind, check check my pinned comment or check my pinned chat. Click that link and it'll send you through. Oh man, dude, you're gonna make this. Join up first, cause I wanna hear you. I wanna talk to you, bro. I don't want to just show you, cause what if I show you and then you just leave? And then what if other people join and then they're gonna get bored because it's just me up here. Not like you have to show your face on the camera or anything, but first, can you explain why you don't want to like talk? Why you just choose to type? Like, I don't want to jump to conclusions, but I mean, whoa. You might change your mind about joining, or you might change about your mind about Islam. Why? But why are you a keyboard warrior? Like, I don't want to assume that you're googling stuff. And in reality, bro, I'm not gonna be one of those people where I'm like, answer this now, I mean, it depends on who you are, but for you, I'm not gonna make you do that. I just want to hear, you know. Well, I don't think you're gonna want to join if I'd show you the verse right now, bro. That's how that's how that's how damning it is. I don't think you're gonna want to join. Because I don't want to, like, the whole goal. Okay, do you have any Muslim friends? Do you have any Muslim friends? Because if you can get one of your friends on here, 'Cause you might convert. Are you on the edge of converting? Like, oh my gosh. Okay. I think we just went out for a little bit. Oh man, that was about to make me so mad. Let's see if we're still live. I don't know what just happened. Am I still live? Yeah, yeah. Cool. Oh man, I thought we just went out. Are you on the edge of converting? Like, are you about to get rid of Islam? That question, and then do you also have? You said not, no, not at all for the Muslim friends. Because if you have Muslim friends, you can get them on here. Then you can just have them talk, and then you chill. Because the whole goal, I'm trying to get like, I'm trying to actually talk to people, and I don't want to like make a clip out of you, out of like some messed up stuff, but I need clips, bro. I need clips to post so that I can, get some traction here so I can start actually talking to more people. I'm okay. Um, well, ask them if they want to join. Ask them, just tell them that I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, if you think you can change, if you believe in Islam, you think you can change my mind. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you, or at least you, tell your friends to join, so that we can, so that they can defend Islam. It's lonely up here, man. Been live for 30 minutes, only one viewer so far, two viewers, whatever. Is that why you're being a keyboard? I mean, because you realize that I can just do this, and then your name's right there. Like, that's those are your options, bro. Is that your name is gonna be right there, and I'm gonna address every single thing you say, just like that, and your name's gonna be there. Technically, I already showed your name. Too late, but they won't know. If you join, I won't even put your screen up. Like, you don't even have to show your face. All you'd have to do, and I can even take your name off. All you'd have to do is use your voice. Why do you think you're gonna turn into a clip though? I mean, if you think you can convince me, why would you think that I'm gonna turn you into a clip? If anything, you should be trying to turn me into a clip. But if you're not the most educated Muslim, I get that. My goal is not to talk to the most educated Muslim. My goal is to talk to Muslims and have them deal with a verse. I do need clips. I do need clips, but I'm saying your face and name don't have to be in it. At least ask one of your Muslim friends. At least ask your Muslim friends and say, hey, if you feel like debating, there's this loser on YouTube who's trying to say Allah is not the true God. And then I can clip up one of your friends. I'm just kidding. But for real, like, tell one of your friends, bro. because I can't find anybody that's live on TikTok. I just want to go live on TikTok so bad, bro. So bad. I'm tired of just relying on YouTube. Wait, I need 50 followers to go live? What? My goal is to let's see, bro. I mean, why do you think I'm gonna clip you up? Like I would, but why do you think that it would be worthy of me clipping you? If you have full, let me ask you for this: 1 to 100%. Well, then why else? Why were you 1 to 100%? Why? How sure are you of Islam being the truth? 1 to 100%. You're 100. If you're 100% sure, then that leads me to assume that you've gone through you've gone through every possible argument of against Islam. Is that true? You've gone through every possible, not okay, I'm not going to say every possible, but you've seen enough arguments to be 100% sure. So then why can't you, like, why do you think I'm going to clip you up? Or why do you think that I'm going to put you in the position for you to get clipped up if you're that confident, if you're 100% confident? Okay, fine. Surah 931. Go read the verse, Surah 931, and then let me know if you still want to come up here. My bad. I didn't mean to. I wasn't really thinking about that. Yeah. If you think you can, oh, we got 2 more people in here. I like that. I like that. Hope y'all are from TikToks. That TikTok's been getting actually a little bit of views so far. I'm actually shocked about that. If you guys are a Muslim, say something in the chat. If you want to join and come prove me wrong, let me put this on the screen. If you want to come up here and prove me wrong, then click the link. Click the link that is in the pinned chat on my YouTube chat. But if not, just say what's up in the chat anyways. What do I think disproves Islam from that? Okay, well, I might as well get into the nitty gritty, huh? Why not? Let me pull it up. First, let me ask: do you know, Nabil? Do you know do you know Arabic? Are you a native Arabic speaker, or do you at least know Arabic? Reason I ask is in this verse, the Arabic is not consistent with the English, or the English is rather not consistent with the Arabic. Okay, so not fluent. That's fine. All right. You really don't even need. I was just kind of. You can read. Okay. All right. Let's go. Okay. Do you see this here? I'm gonna get this out of the way. So in the English, it says, they have taken their rabbis and monks as well as the Messiah, son of Mary. Okay. So the Messiah, son of Mary, obviously talking about Prophet Isa, Jesus. It says rabbis, monks, as well as the Messiah, son of Mary. So they are differentiating the rabbi. They're grouping up together the rabbis, monks, and the Messiah, and they're saying they're taking them as lords besides Allah. So this implies that Allah is basically saying that rabbis, monks, and Messiah are not God. Correct? Just want to make sure you're following along. So just say, thumbs up or whatever. Just say, I got it. So it's saying that Messiah, son of Mary, Jesus, Prophet Isa, is not God. So it says they're taking them as lords besides Allah. Okay, sorry, I'm making an Instagram post. Almost done. Hashtag Quran, hashtag Allah. Okay. So you're following. Okay, good. So rabbis, monks, as well as the Messiah, son of Mary, as lords besides Allah. So they're differentiating these from Allah. Now, this is fine and dandy. This is good. This is nice for a Muslim to read. This is nice. They're calling the people who follow Messiah, unbelievers. But where it gets convoluted, where it gets where it gets confusing and some might say a little contradictory is when you go to the Arabic. Okay, so let's follow the Arabic. They have taken their rabbis and their monks as lords. Okay, I'll do it again. They have taken their rabbis and their monks as lords. Besides, both these words mean beside. This means besides. They have taken their monks and rabbis as lords besides Allah and who? This is and Messiah, son of Mary. Okay, do you see the issue so far? Do you see the issue so far? For those of you just joined, I am currently Nabil is not able to join the VC or the voice chat, but we're gonna talk to him anyways, and we're gonna have a conversation anyways. So let me know if you have a problem with that, with the Arabic. I'm going to do it again. They have taken their rabbis and their monks as lords besides who? Besides Allah and wa. That wa is and.
والمسيح
Wal Masiyah. Besides Allah and the Messiah. Now, what does that imply? What does this imply? This implies, well, let's read the original. They've taken their rabbis and monks, as well as the Messiah, son of Mary, as lords. Well, that's not even what the Arabic says. It says they have taken their rabbis and their monks as lords. So it says as lords before Messiah, but here it says after Messiah. They have taken their rabbis and their monks, as well as the Messiah, son of Mary, as lords besides Allah. They have taken their rabbis and their monks as lords besides Allah and Messiah. No, we don't need the tafsir. What do you need the tafsir for? You don't need the tafsir. The English translation is already wrong compared to the Arabic. It's already incorrect. We don't need a commentary. We don't need to interpret. There's nothing to interpret about this. This is what it says. Let's look at tafsir. I really don't know what you need the tafsir for, though. No, you don't need the tafsir. This is very simple. Nah, no, man, no. No. It's not that complicated. It's not that complicated. It's really not. Let's just see what Ibn Abbas says. They've taken their lords besides Allah. No, that's not what the Arabic says. The Arabic, tell me what, you know all these words, man. Let's go back. I'm going to go through it again. They have taken their rabbis and monks, as well as the Messiah, son of Mary, as lords besides Allah. They have taken their rabbis and their monks as lords besides Allah and the Messiah.
الله
Allahi
والمسيح
wal-Masih. Allahi wal-Masih.
ابن مريم
Son of Mary. They have taken their rabbis and their monks as lords besides Allah and the Messiah, son of Mary. You see the problem? Obviously, you see the problem because there's a reason you're going to the tafsir. But the tafsir, as much as you think it's going to save you, it's just going to say the same thing that the incorrect translation of the Arabic, of what they gave us in the Arabic, in the English Quran. So obviously you see the issue, you see the problem, or else you wouldn't be going to the tafsir. And yes, to answer your question, you don't need the tafsir for this. You don't need the tafsir for this. So let me know if you still, if you changed your mind and if you want to come up here or not, because I mean this doesn't look too good. I can't explain it. Okay, well if Arabic is advanced, then bro, explain to me. Explain to me how the Arabic. Okay, I don't see Arabic as that complicated. It's not advanced to a point where this is not. We could, if you want to play the advanced part, if you want to play the advanced card, then you could say the Arabic is too advanced to the point where you can't even understand it. Would you say that? Is this verse in is the Arabic version of this verse, is this able to be understood by an Arabic speaker? Is this a perfectly explained, and I think you know where I'm going with this. Is this a perfectly explained verse in the Arabic? Yes or no? Because it's easy. I know that I only know basically a handful of words in Arabic. Wa is one of them, which means and. Masiah is another, which is obviously Messiah, and son of Maryam, referring to Prophet Isa. Okay, what do you need? Where's the pronouns in here? Except here. The only pronoun in this sentence or in this verse is they. See, I know pronouns, bro. No, I can't read Arabic. And the great thing is I don't need to be able to read Arabic. We can get any Arabic. If you have any friends that know Arabic, then they're more than welcome to come in here and explain this verse for me. Because maybe I'm getting it wrong. Who knows? But according to Quran.com, they have taken their rabbis and their monks as lords besides Allah and Messiah, Wa Messiah, son of Maryam. Okay, how can the pronouns affect this? How can the pronouns, because look, these are the exact same words that are said in here in the English, but it's not the words or the pronouns that are different. It's not the pronouns that are dictating whether or not this is true. It's the organization of the words. So how easy is it to just switch this out, how to switch as well as the Messiah and to put it, or son of Mary as Messiah, and to put it after the word besides. The besides creates a distinction. You're going to get a buddy in here who knows Arabic? No, not alongside. No. So it means, so let's read the English again. They have taken their rabbis and monks as well as the Messiah. So this is one group. This is one group. And the distinction, the word that creates the distinction is the word besides. Because if he wanted to, he could just keep listing, go on and on. We have taken the rabbis and monks, as well as the Messiah, son of Mary, as well as Allah, as well as, Prophet, or as well as Joseph Smith, as well as Buddha, as well as Gandhi, besides Allah. The word besides is the distinction. That's what distincts this from being, a sufficient sentence, if you will. But here, the only thing that's different is is the organization of those words. So it doesn't mean, well, now that I'm kind of reading it again, mean that they take their rabbis and monks as lords alongside with Allah and the Messiah. No, so it's not alongside, it's besides. That's what the Arabic says. So they're saying they take their rabbis, the unbeliever takes their rabbis and monks as lords besides Allah and Messiah. So yes, this right here is correct, except you would replace the word alongside with besides. And that's exactly what the Arabic says. So I hate to break it to you, bro, but your God equates Jesus, Prophet Isa, who's supposedly just a man, he equates him with Allah, with himself. So let me know when I'm going to go through it again because there's somebody that just joined just to fill you in, we're going over Surah 9. Well, this is Al-Tawbah, or Al-Tawbah, or however you pronounce it. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Surah 9:31. They have taken the rabbis and monks, as well as the Messiah, son of Mary, as lords. Okay? So they is referring to the unbeliever, as we can see in the previous. I'm just going to go to the read full surah. Not in Arabic. Oh, translation. 31. Let's go to verse 30, because why not? The Jews say Ezra is the son of Allah, which is actually not even true. No Jew has ever said that. And if you could point to one Jew that says that, then I will submit to Allah. The Jews say Ezra is the son of Allah, while the Christians say the Messiah is the son of Allah. Such are baseless assertions. Assertions. Such are their baseless assertions, only parroting the words of earlier disbelievers. May Allah condemn them. How can they be deluded from the truth? So right here, it's saying the Messiah is the son of Allah. Saying that is a baseless assertion. But if you go to the next one, referring, that's the disbeliever is the referent. Right here, this pronoun is referring to that. They have taken their rabbis and monks, as well as the Messiah, son of Mary, as lords. This is what the disbeliever does. Besides Allah. So after the word besides comes Allah. So that's what they're claiming is the true God, worthy of worship. But if we go here, they have taken their rabbis and their monks as lords besides Allah and the Messiah, son of Maryam. So this is not only a direct contradiction in the Quran. That's not even the main issue. The main issue is that Allah is equating the Messiah with himself. I hope you're still in here, Nabil, because this is it says there's one person in here, so I'm assuming that's you. I hope it's you. But I hope more than that, I hope that you are honest with the text. I hope that you're honest with the Arabic. Because at any rate, this is an issue that I think every Muslim should be aware of. All right, but so what do you think? You want to come up here? You want to click the link, and I'll bring you on here, or no? At least I didn't clip you. I'm not gonna clip you. I'll clip someone else. But you're an OG Discord. You're an OG Discord member. I'm not gonna clip any of my OG Discord members. I got you, bro. But this is rather troubling. Even for me. I wasn't totally aware of this before. Let me know what you think, bro. And let me know what you think. You don't have to have an answer, bro. You don't have to have an answer, because there is an answer. The answer is Jesus Christ. The answer is Jesus Christ. It'd be easy. I understand it's easier. Like, I'm assuming based on your name that your family is Muslim. All right, let's see. Wouldn't it mean that they took their rabbis and monks as lords in addition to God and the Messiah? Wouldn't it mean that they took their rabbis and monks as lords in addition to God? No, it's not in addition. In addition, it would say in addition. My point here, Nabil, You can try, and this is why I said you can't run to the tafsirs for this one. The reason you can't run to the tafsirs is this is the clearest verse I've ever seen. This is the clearest I have ever seen it. It does not say addition, it says besides, which is a distinction. So let me read that again. Wouldn't it mean that they took their rabbis and monks as lords in addition to God and the Messiah? No, it says Allah. It says Allah. It would if it was referring to, well, the whole this Allah is the same Allah of the Bible. So is he dissing himself? So you can use the word God. I notice you use the word God and the Messiah. I don't know if you're referring to the God of the Bible, because the God of the Bible is Allah, according to Surah 1094. So it is not addition. It's besides. They took their rabbis and monks as lords besides God and the Messiah. Not addition. That's why I'm saying there's no interpretation needed. It says what it says. It's not being elusive like other verses. It doesn't require tafsir, doesn't require commentary. And in fact, the commentary, they're going to explain it the same way that the Quranic, the English translation says it. Just like the same way you're trying to actively interpret it, you're just changing the words. You're saying, wouldn't it mean they took their rabbis and monks as Lord? It's the exact same thing that the verse in Arabic says, except you're using the word addition, and this is using the word besides. Bro, I want to go live on TikTok so bad. So stinking bad. And when you say who they worshipped in shirk, how could they worship God in shirk, given that they are the same God? He never claimed that the God of the Bible is any different. He's claiming to have confirmed the Bible which came before him, which came before the Quran. By associating partners with God. No. No. That's not what this is saying. I'm going to read it again. They have taken their rabbis and their monks as lords besides Allah and the Messiah. This is implying that Allah and the Messiah, wa Messiah, son of Maryam, are divine. If not divine, if it directly doesn't say they're divine, is directly equating Allah wa Messiah, son of Maryam. They have taken their rabbis, and I'll read the previous one again. The Jews say Ezra is the son of Allah, which also is not true, while Christians say The Messiah is the son of Allah. Such are baseless assertions, only parroting the words of earlier disbelievers. May Allah condemn them. How can they be deluded from the truth? They have taken, the disbelievers have taken their rabbis and monks, as well as the Messiah, son of Mary. And no, well, which would be saying the Messiah was alongside Allah. So it's not saying that. What this verse is implying is not that Allah and his Messiah are alongside each other. It's saying, it's literally equating, he's condemning the disbelievers for taking the rabbis and monks as lords instead of Allah and Messiah. And there's a reason the tafsir, okay, you're gonna, all right, but, and there's a reason the tafsir and the English translation changed this. They changed the organization, so the organization is different. The way they organize the words and thoughts and ideas and the clauses, they are different. They're not the same, and you'd wonder why. If it was as you're saying, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, which would be saying, oh, Messiah, because he is the Messiah, right? You know, of course, he's alongside Allah. He's the Messiah. But no, he's condemning them for taking the monks and rabbis as lords. You know, he's not condemning taking Allah and the Messiah as lords. So he's saying it's okay if you take Allah and Messiah as lords. But I thought there was no God, but there was no Lord but one. You shouldn't. Nobody else is worthy of your worship. The Messiah is not worthy of worship. The Messiah is not. You wouldn't call Jesus Lord. No, you call Allah Lord. There's only one Lord. There's only one worthy of worship. Messiah is not your Lord. If Messiah is your Lord, that's shirk. That would be shirk. Sorry, I was muted. So that person that has just joined, I'm going over Surah 931 with Mr. Nabil Ahmed right here. And here's basically, I'm going to explain what it says. Oh my goodness, I just exited out. I'm sorry. Surah. Here it goes. Don't leave. This is interesting. This is very interesting. So the English says they have taken their rabbis and monks as well as the Messiah, son of Mary, as lords. Okay, so this is referring to the disbelievers. They have taken their rabbis and monks as well as Messiah, son of Mary, as lords, besides Allah. When in the Arabic it says not that. It doesn't say that. It says they have taken their rabbis and their monks as lords besides Allah and the Messiah, and wa Messiah, son of Mary. This is an issue. Okay, that not only are they different, but it is equating. So this is referring to the disbelievers. The disbelievers took the rabbis and the monks as lords. That's implying that this is a bad thing. This is what the disbelievers do. Besides Allah, and you would think, oh, only Allah, right? That's what it says in the English. It says besides Allah. No, it says besides Allah and the Messiah and the Messiah. So this is clearly an issue. Not only is it a contradiction, but this is an issue because there's none but one Lord. So why is Allah telling us, why is Allah telling the Muslims to take the Messiah as Lord, son of Mary? Why would it be doing that? And why would they change the English? Okay, Nabil's back. Nabil has he read the entire surah, I'm assuming. Okay. Nabil says they take rabbis and monks as well as the Messiah and Allah as lords. That's not what it says. It's not what it says. It's not what it says. We have it pulled up right here. I mean, I've gone through it, 4 or 5 times with you. That's not what it says. You can tell me, you can say it says, take their rabbis and monks as well as the Messiah and Allah as lords when they were told to worship one God. Well, that's not what the Quran is saying in in Arabic. In Arabic, it says they have taken their rabbis and their monks as lords besides Allah and wa Messiah. Messiah, son of Maryam. So you can tell me it says, but I wouldn't believe you because I'm reading the Quran right here. Unless you can show me, I'm assuming you have a Quran. Send me a picture on a Discord of I want to see your Quran, of your physical Quran. Send me a picture of your Discord. I don't have to know Arabic. I just have to compare if these are the same letters, same words, same context, same organization. Translate the entire verse, okay? They have taken their rabbis and their monks as lords besides Allah and Messiah, son of Maryam, and not they. So this is literally, okay, I'll just keep reading. And not they were commanded except that they worship one God. There is no God except him. Glory be to him from what they associate with him. So that doesn't change anything, actually. It doesn't change anything because now I would just say, well, this is a contradiction. If it's not Allah, if you're claiming it's not Allah equating himself with Christ, with the Messiah, you can at least say, even I'm not going to grant you that. I'm not going to grant you that because this says what it says. I'm not granting that. But if I were to grant you that, it would be inconsequential because then that would provide a contradiction. So it says, and not they were not commanded that they worship one God, or they were commanded except that they worship one God. One God, there is no God except him. Glory be to him, from what they associate with him. There is no God worthy of worship except him. So that part's the same. So then why is that? Why did they change it? Why is it different? Why is the translation wrong? Why are the tafsirs wrong? Can you explain to me how it changes it? No. They have taken their rabbis and their monks as lords besides Allah and Messiah, son of Mary. This is, if that was the case, if it is as you say, how come the translation is wrong? How come this part is correct with the Arabic, but how come this is not what the Arabic says? They have taken their rabbis and monks, as well as the Messiah, son of Mary, as lords besides Allah. Even though they were commanded to worship none but one God, there is no God worthy of worship except him. Glorified is he above what they associate with him. They have taken their rabbis and their monks as lords besides Allah and Messiah. So this is a complete thought. This is a complete sentence. This is a complete thought. It's saying they have taken their rabbis and monks as well as Messiah, son of Mary, lords besides Allah. They were using the first part of the verse when they were saying what they believe and then what they were told to believe. No. So the first part of the verse, this is what they believe, okay? They have taken. Okay, so who do the disbelievers take as their lords? They take the rabbis and the monks. The rabbis, the monks, and then if this is consistent, if this is what you're saying, this word right here should be Messiah. Because that's what it says in the English. They have taken their rabbis and their monks and the Messiah as lords besides Allah. That's not what it says, though. It says they have taken their rabbis and their monks as lords besides Allah and Messiah. So this is a different thought. So even though they were commanded to worship none but one God, there is no God worthy of worship except him. Glorified is he above what they associate with him. They have taken the rabbis and monks as well as the Messiah. This is what you wanted to say. This right here is what you wanted to say. That's what a Muslim would want it to say. This is what it says. They've taken their rabbis and their monks as lords besides Allah and the Messiah, son of Mary. That's a complete thought. That is a complete sentence. You don't have to add anything to that sentence for that to be a complete thought. You don't have to add any more. They have taken their rabbis and their monks as lords besides Allah and Messiah, son of Maryam. And if it is as you say, why is it different in the English? Why do they switch it out? Why did they do that? Yeah, which would be, okay, well, if you're saying, if this is how it is, right after, of course it's going to say, believe in one God, right? It says that. It says, believe in one God. Well, even if I were to grant you that, this is a contradiction. Hey, what's up, Jay? What's up, Jeremiah? How you doing, bro? So did he leave? No. Are you still there, Nabil? It says I only have one viewer in here, and Jeremiah just said something. I hope he didn't leave. Yeah, Jeremiah, he doesn't want to do VC. I don't know why. Yeah, exactly. The translation is not holy. Yes, I agree. In this case, I'm not proving a translation wrong. This is okay. This is what I asked earlier, Nabil. Nabil, let me get serious. Let me get serious real quick. Go away. Let me get serious, Nabil. Go grab your Quran, because remember, all the Quran. There's no Quran, the Arabic. There's no Quran in the Arabic that is different, right? Go grab your Quran and show me. Show me your Quran. And let's get to the bottom of this. Because, hey, I might be wrong. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. But grab your Quran and let's get to the bottom of this. If it literally says this, we'll compare it word for word. They have taken their rabbis and their monks as lords besides Allah and the Messiah. If it says that, if it doesn't say that, if wal Masiyah, if wal Masiyah comes before the word besides, if it comes before the word besides in the Quran, I'll apologize to you. I'll apologize to you and say I was wrong about that. Proving a translation wrong doesn't disprove Islam. So, well, here's another issue that you would have. Let's say I grant you that, which I won't, but let's say I grant you that. Let's say that the translation, even in, the Arabic, let's say, did the Arabic get it wrong? Did the Arabic get it wrong? You have to answer for this, bro. This is what Islam does, man. I mean, if you're, your parents, I'm assuming, are Muslim. You have Muslim siblings, if you have any siblings. People around you so you have Muslim friends. There's a lot of pressure on you, and I get it, man. I get it. There's a lot of pressure. But that pressure is not worth your eternity, bro. It's not. It's not worth your eternity. Hey, Jeremiah, you want to get up here? We're not gonna double team, but if you did want to, he's not getting on VC, unfortunately, but I don't know if you still wanted to get up here. But yeah, no, you have to answer to this. Like I said, go grab your Quran. If we want to, the question or the statement rather that I have on the screen right now that you said, if you want to prove to me that the translation of Quran.com is incorrect, then go grab your Quran. Go grab your Quran and we can compare the words, the wording. We can see the wording. How would the Arabic get it wrong when it says to believe one God and mentions the Messiah and Allah as lords? Do you take the Messiah as Lord? No. It's not what it's saying. We're going in circles. At this point, we're going in circles, and this is not really going to be going anywhere. So I'm going to share my screen again. All right, bet. Yeah, let me know. Hold on. How would the Arabic get it wrong when it says to believe one God but mentions the Messiah and Allah as lords? Do you take the Messiah as Lord? Lord meaning, Lord implying, if you equate Allah with the Lord, or if you equate Allah with the Messiah, would you call Messiah your Lord right now? Because to call somebody your Lord means you answer to them. And it doesn't mean, you can't say that, well, we respect and love the Prophet Isa and we listen to his words and we follow his teachings, because then that would get you into even more trouble. And we would have to go into what Isa really taught. So this is quite the dilemma for you, because it is not as you say. How would the Arabic get it wrong when it says to believe one God but mentions the Messiah and Allah as lords? That would be a contradiction. Because none are worthy of worship but Allah, and the Messiah. If you're going to take the Messiah if you're going to take Allah as Lord, you might as well take the Messiah as Lord as well, is what this is saying. And if you have to take the Messiah as Lord, well, you got no other. If Messiah is equated with Allah, you have no choice but to look into what Prophet Isa taught, and then we can gladly do that. Let me read this. What do you think the Quran means at the end of the verse when it says Allah told them to believe Allah is one God? I think that, okay, this would be a contradiction, no? Let's say I grant this. Let's say I say that the Quran is not really telling you to take uh, the Messiah as Lord. Would that not be a contradiction if they say none is worthy of worship but Allah? None you should take as Lord but Allah. You're saying, like I said before, you're saying what the English is saying. You want to say what the English says. And you're not the only one, because not only do the tafsir say it, this is literally how they translate it. You're not the only one that thinks this. They have taken their rabbis and monks, as well as the Messiah, as lords besides Allah. They have taken their rabbis and their monks as lords besides Allah and the Messiah.
والمسيح.
So you can't run to the end of the verse. You have to address the part that we're actually talking about. And then I want you to answer this question. If you can't answer this question, then if you answer this question incorrectly, you're going against the Quran and Islam. If you answer this question correctly, you're going against the Quran and Islam. If you say, yes, the Quran is saying to take the Messiah as Lord, well, then you're going against Islam and the Quran. And then if you say, no, the Arabic does not say to take the Messiah as Lord, well, sorry, bro, you're going against Quran. So do you take Messiah as Lord, yes or no? No, this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying, hold on. So you're saying it's either a contradiction? No, well, it's both. It's both. I'm not saying it's either or, it's both. It's not either. So it's a contradiction, one, because it says none are worthy but of worship but Allah. And two, it is also saying the Messiah is Lord. So saying Allah and the Messiah too, Allah and Messiah are Lord, and then going after that, it says worship one God. Only one is is worthy of worship. So my question would be to you is, do you take the Messiah as Lord, as is commanded in the Quran? Do you take the Messiah as Lord? Because Allah expects the disbelievers not to take Messiah as Lord. If you're a disbeliever, you don't take the Messiah as Lord. If you are a believer, you do take the Messiah as Lord. I'm gonna try to go live on Instagram. It wasn't working before, but let me try again. I don't know why it's not letting me go live on Instagram. It did it yesterday. Oh, man. Am I watching the video? What video? I'm not watching a video. Oh, it's if it's on my if it's a language issue on my part, then I'm assuming since you know that it's a language issue, I would assume that you know what the issue is if you're able to tell that it's an issue. I'm assuming you know what then the language issue would be. So instead of just saying it's a language issue on my part, you could explain how it's a language issue. uh, thanks for the support, Abel Valen. Vayin? Not responding. That's my homeboy. Hey, don't listen to him, Nabila. He's just trolling. All right, Abel. Let me explain it to you. I'm gonna explain to Abel. Well, first, Nabil, work on disproving my argument because you said it's just a language issue on my part. I'm assuming that you would know what issue it is. You'd know where the issue would be. But let me explain it for Abacus. So in the Quran here it says they have taken their rabbis and monks as well as the Messiah. The Messiah, son of Mary, obviously referring to Jesus Christ, Prophet Isa. They're taking the unbelievers, the disbelievers is who they're referring to. The disbelievers have taken their rabbis and monks as well as the Messiah, son of Mary, as lords besides Allah. So what Allah is saying that Allah is the only true God. Okay? But unfortunately, this is different than what the Arabic says. Here's the Arabic. They have taken their rabbis and their monks as lords besides Allah والمسيح besides Allah and the Messiah, son of God, son of Mary. So it's obviously different. They have taken their rabbis and monks as lords. Besides who? So who are the disbelievers taking lords as? They're taking their rabbis and monks as lords. Besides who? Allah, right? Just Allah? Well, no, it says besides Allah wal Masih, son of Mary. So that's where I'm at right now. And right now, I'm also waiting on Nabil for. He's saying it's a language issue on my part because apparently, since I don't know Arabic, then words don't have meanings. Words apparently don't have meanings. As if Arabic is some super ultra alien advanced language that is impossible to translate, which is quite perfect. It's quite convenient for this religion. They have taken their rabbis and their monks as lords besides Allah wal Masih. But they changed it. They've taken their rabbis and monks and the Messiah, son of Mary, as lords besides Allah. Doesn't add up. It just doesn't add up. But it's a language. It's because I don't know Arabic. It's because I don't know Arabic. Sorry. I'm trying to go live on Instagram. I'll just. A link. Is there a link? Oh, to the video? To the video he's talking about? It's a good question. Bro, I really need people to follow my TikTok. I really need people to follow it. What's up?
So, can you hear me?
Bro? Yeah, I can hear you.
What time did you start?
I started an hour and a half ago. So like 6 p.m. Yeah, bro. Did he say something? Yeah, he did. Basically, in Arabic, there's these things called fatha and kasra. Okay. I'm gonna let you cook. Nabil, bro. Nabil. Just come up here, bro. Why are you being so difficult?
You don't even have to like show your face. Just be
Yeah.
voice chat.
I'll have fatha.
No, but what were you going over though?
It's not a grammar issue. It's not what the words, but let me let you, bro. If you just come on here, you can share your screen. I think you can. Yeah, I think you can share your screen. Hey, Jeremiah, does it allow you to share your screen?
Yeah, it does.
It does. Nabil. Okay, well, I'm gonna look into this. Fatha kasra. Let's hear it from Kalima. Fatha, Dhamma, and Kasra. Let's see what they look like. If you are learning Arabic, you will quickly discover how important short vowels are. In Arabic, we call them harakat, and they change the way letters are pronounced. The three most common kasra, these vowels are not written in. Get out of my face. These vowels are not written as full letters, but are placed above the below the letters in Arabic words. Okay, well, what? So what is this supposed to look like? That's what it's supposed to. No, that's the word for it. There are short vowels that help pronounce Arabic words. They're like vowels a, u, and e in English, but in Arabic, these vowels are much more than sounds. They can change the meaning of the word. Let's start by defining. example with the Arabic alphabet. B becomes ba. Kataba, he wrote. Muhammad is one of our expert native Arabic teachers and supervisor of the Arabic for Adults department at Kalima suggests start with the fatha. It's the easiest harakat. And practice pronouncing the letters with it. For example, ba, ta will help you. So that's what they look like. Is it that one? I don't know. I can't tell. See, ta. So that's the vowel. That's what's making it ah at that little bit up there. I remember that. So it's This will help to reinforce the letter's shape and sound. Let's see if he said anything. Okay. Fatha is the dash. The fatha is the dash above a word. The katra is the one below. So what is I'm having trouble understanding, Nabil. What does this have to do with they took or they did not take? What does that have to do with that? Because it seems I understand you're saying that the vowel can change the meaning of a word. That's the same thing in any language. I'm just trying to understand. Kasra is a small diagonal line placed below the letter. It creates an I sound. Let me go back and see your claim. Oh, y'all explain it? Are you going to join? Google Fatha and Kasra explained in the terms of 931. Let's see what the Dawai's explanation of it is. Excuse me. We'll go to Islamic studies. They take their rabbis and their monks as lords apart from Allah, and also the Messiah, son of Mary. This is another common one I see. This is a so let me explain this one. They take their rabbis and their monks as lords apart from Allah, and also the Messiah. Well, let's look up what is the word also in Arabic. Aidan. Let me share this tab instead. The Arabic word for also.
Idan.
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 Idan. Idan. Let's remember that. Let's see in here. Let's find wal Masiyah. I think this is it. This is wal Masiyah. Here's wa. Masiyah. But let's go back to Quran doc. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not even showing this tab. Show this tab. They take their rabbis and their monks as lords apart from Allah and also the Messiah, son of Mary. So, I mean, the word also is just nowhere to be found in here. It's nowhere to be found. So let's go back to, and I just see your point. I don't see how your point has any weight about the different vowels of Arabic. You can say that it affects it. Google and use AI mode. You can use AI mode. Okay. Let's go back. Nope. Let's use AI mode. In the context of Quran 931, the Arabic vowels fatha and kasra are crucial grammatical markers that clarify, particularly regarding its condemnation of polytheist shirks. They show that the Jews, Christians, and others who venerate figures such as rabbis, monks, or Jesus is establishing them as lords. What is this? What is this? Okay, let's just keep reading. Grammatical rule of fatha and kasra. Fatha and kasra. To understand the verse, it's important to know the function of the vowel signs. Fatha, a small diagonal stroke above a letter, producing a short A. It marks the accusative case. And the kasra marks the genitive case. Okay, a small diagonal stroke above a letter, a small diagonal stroke below a letter, producing a short E. The relevant phrase in the verse is whatever that says. Translation: they have taken their scholars and monks as lords besides Allah and the Messiah, son of Mary. That's the translation. So according to AI, that's the translation. The grammatical markings, and specifically the vowels, indicate the correct interpretation. Min duni Allahi. This translates to besides Allah, apart from Allah. The word for Allah has a kasra, represented by the diagonal dash below, putting it in the genitive case. This is because it is the object of the preposition. The object of the preposition. Wa al-Masiha. This translates to and the Messiah. The word for Messiah has a fatha, represented by that. The final letter, putting it to the accusative case. It is grammatically linked to it by the conjunction. Wa to the phrase lords, as lords. The word for Messiah. Okay, I think I'm understanding a bit. It is grammatically linked by the conjunction wa to the phrase as lords. This shows that Messiah is an additional separate object of the false deification described in the verse, and not a co-deity with Allah. I'll read that again. The word for Messiah has a fatha, represented by the thing above the final letter, putting it in an accusative case. Oops. Okay, I'm going to look up the fatha, kasra, dictate. Hold on, let me see. I want to see the source for this. By the way, it's saying grammatically linked. It's saying grammatically linked to the word rabbi, monks as lords. To the rabbins and monks as, yet they have been commanded to worship but one Allah, the only there is. Praise be to him, and extolled are his glorious attributes. He is far beyond all those they incorporate with him. Okay, so the fatha. So I said the fatha is the accusatory. Yeah, the fatha is the accusatory. Yeah, accusative. It's interesting. This shows that the Messiah is an additional separate object. What is the source of this? Dive deeper in AI mode. I guess I'm gonna ask. World Dawah. Okay, it's saying these are the sources, but how do we know they're not just theology from the Jesus a prophet, not divine? Hold on. Let's look up is Kisra. I don't know, man. You got me thinking. This verse might not be what, you know. If I learn something new, I learn something new. Can the Fatah and Kisra. What was the other one? Accusative and Al-Masih. Look at the original Quran page. All right. Well, no, hold on. I want to see. Wait, am I sharing my screen? Oh, hold on. Surah 930. They've taken their rabbis and monks. Let's look. Okay, so the Fatha and the Kasra. The Fatha is the accusative. So when they say Wal Masiyah has a Fatha, that represents that above the final letter. Masi above the final. Okay. Below. And the Kasra. Wait. The Kasra. So the word for Allah in the Kasra has a Kasra below. Okay. Yeah, you're right about that. Genitive case. Al-Masiyah. Above the final.
ورهبانهم.
So here's Wa. Here's Wa. And they're monks. So which one, if in the monks one, where's the monk one has Kasra. And it's supposed to have a Fatha, which is the diagonal above. Is that this one? Okay, I'm gonna look up. Does So the genitive is the object of a preposition. The genitive is an object of the preposition. Arabic and desert sky. They're little markings. I'm going to read this. First, what are case endings in Arabic? They are little markings that are attached to the ends of words to indicate the word's grammatical function. That is, if a word is a subject of a sentence, you can use that case ending to indicate that. If a word is the object of a verb, you can use another case ending to indicate that. So clearly using case endings correctly requires a solid knowledge of grammar. If you're a native English speaker who hasn't studied a language with a case system like Latin or Russian, getting used to this may be difficult. Case endings are usually not written, with one exception. Outside the Quran/Bible and children's books, but you will hear newscasters pronounce them. So the genitive is an object. That is the object, right? The fatha and the kasra is the consonant. You mean the vowel? Where's the fatha in this word? The fatha, that's the one above. That's not. Is that a word or a phrase? Learn Arabic. Nouns have vowel endings. Your wife said to a man. Said to a man, said to a man, said to a woman. This is very complicated, bro. And you're likely right about this. You're likely right about this. Maybe I should do a little more research this time. Marks the accusative case, which is typically used for the direct object. So if the fatha, correct me if I'm wrong, so the fatha is used, which is typically for the direct object of a verb. So the verb here, the verb here would be take. So pronoun, verb. They have taken, they're rabbis and monks. So that would have the fatha. As monks, as well as the Messiah, son of Mary, as lords besides Allah. They have taken their rabbis and their monks as lords. So then can you explain to me why it says, because I'm still having trouble understanding why it says Allahi wal Masiyah and the Messiah. That's above. That's below. Yeah, you lucky. Yeah, I think you got me on that one, man. I think you got me on that one. You want to come up now? I think I've seen enough. I'm willing to concede that. Isn't a part of taken. Well, I never said that Allah was part of taken. I know Allah is not part of taken. If it was part of taken, then that would be implying that Allah. Yeah, I don't think I never said that it was part of taken. Okay, well we still have like I'll be willing to concede this. I'm willing to concede this. And the only reason I'm comfortable with conceding this is because I have other issues that I can bring up. And maybe I'm not ready to concede it yet. I'll still do some research because the best source that I could find for this is Dawa Bros. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. You can ask AI to classify each word, whether they're the kasra and the fatha. You can ask AI to classify each word, whether they're kasra or fatha, and just paste the Arabic word form in the surah. One second. Yeah, let me do a little research on this, man. Here on my stream, we try to keep it full of humility. So I will admit when I'm wrong. But I do want to just confirm.
Wait, what was the argument?
So he's basically saying that so let me zoom in on here to show you. So over here with rabbis, I'm assuming that he's talking about this. So this little bit right here, hold on. Because here's the word Allah.
Mm-hmm.
And it has this little diagonal line at the bottom, right?
Right.
And that basically is saying that. Hold on. No, is that what that's saying? They're basically saying that this little line dictates, below the line below at the end of the word dictates that Allah is the object of worship and not the Messiah, because they have the kasra, or is that the fatha? I don't remember. But he's saying that those little vowels dictate the word's meanings. And I'm not gonna lie, I've never heard this before, and it's kind of interesting. I just don't have enough. I haven't done my research into it. But at any rate,
what was your argument?
My argument is that basically that they have taken their rabbis and monks as well as Messiah, son of Mary, as lords beside the law. But they're saying something different here. But it's like, it's weird because it's organized differently, but apparently, so besides, and then it says Allah wal Masiha. So Allah wal Masiha. I still don't understand that. I don't understand why the Arabic, if the Arabic is gonna, like, that's what I'm really trying to decipher, is whether or not this is just a Dawa argument or if this is actually Arabic. Because I don't understand why you would say they have taken, and I guess this is a question for you too, Nabil. I don't understand how come it says they have taken their rabbis and their, so akhbarahum wa their monks. So these two are together. Why couldn't they just put wal Masih after that? If they put monks after rabbis, why couldn't they just put Masih after that? And why did they have to say besides Allah wal Masih? If it says rabbi wal monks, why does it say Allah wal Masih? I don't understand that. Could you explain that? Like why they chose to organize it this way? You know what I mean? I don't know if Nabil's still here. I hate this, man. I don't know why he literally just like basically won the argument and he still doesn't want to hop up here. I just don't understand. Like, is he insecure of his voice? I'm trying to like understand why he's just not hopping up here.
Yeah, I don't know why, man.
This could have just taken way less time.
Yeah. Even in that Discord one, he didn't pop up. Was it? I never know why.
Yeah, he never did. I'll never know why God does what he does. Inshallah. Okay, well, I guess I'll grant you that. Well, I'm assuming.
Well, who was the one you were gonna call?
It was
Oh,
Nabil.
who was gonna be on? It was Nabil?
Yeah, I didn't, but
Oh.
I thought he was gonna hop up here, but he didn't. But no, I'm gonna do more research into that because I don't know if this is just a Dawa argument. The rabbis, while monks, like the rabbis and their monks, as lords, besides Allah wal Masih. Because to me, in English, it's Messiah, and in Arabic, it's Masiha. So if they both end in the I have a feeling that this little vowel here is only applying just to the vowels. It doesn't really, because Masiha is not an Arabic word, to my knowledge. Where does the word? So the Arabic, so the root of the, it's a Hebrew word, so it's Mashiach. So Mashiach means the anointed one. So Mashiach, that's how that's how you say the word. In Arabic, it's Masiah. In English, it's Messiah. They all end in that AH word, in that AH, in that A vowel. So if the word Messiah didn't originate from Arabic, I don't quite understand why they're trying to say that this vowel has some sort of ulterior motive, has some sort of ulterior meaning to it. I don't understand that. It doesn't make sense. Now, if it wasn't Masih Masiha, if it wasn't that, if it said like Masi'i or Masi'u or Masiwa or Masiya, anything but ending in that AH, I don't quite understand how the vowel at the end can dictate that. in the, with respect to the sentence, because it's not originally an Arabic word. You know what I'm trying to say? It's
Yeah,
not.
I see. I see.
It's not adding up to me. It sounds very and maybe this is just what I want to hear. Maybe this is just what I want to believe, but it very much sounds like this is just like a improvisation by the Dawa Bros. That's really what this feels like.
It could be.
And because there's a reason it doesn't say this in the tafsir. Nabil, do you know why it doesn't say this in the tafsir? Does it say, because you check the tafsirs? I'm assuming that since this was written back then in Arabic, that the tafsirs would have this. Ibn Abbas. Ibn Abbas doesn't mention the fatha and the kasra. Jalalain. Jalalain doesn't mention the fatha and the kasra. Ibn Kathir. Ibn Kathir had a long one. But Ibn Kathir doesn't mention the fatha and kasra. You would think that since this verse was likely controversial back in the day, that some of the tafsir, some of the commentators would mention the fatha and kasra. Because if the word is originally Arabic, if the word is originally Hebrew and it's Mashiach, it ends in the just like it does in the English and the Arabic. Who's to say that the vowel ending in Arabic is simply just a vowel ending, which has to do with how you pronounce the word and not the implications within the sentence. The tafsirs, yeah, my bad. Let me pull up the tafsirs. Why don't the tafsirs explain grammar? I don't, because obviously this was a highly debated verse back in the day. It's not controversial to those who understood it back then. So that would bring an issue. How come if this is a message to everyone, so you have to know Arabic in order to and now you're going to see me kind of switch arguments a little bit. If this is a not really switch arguments, I'm going to stay within it. But if this is a religion to everyone, why would the tafsirs not say that? Why would the tafsirs not explain the grammar if he knows that not everyone will speak or know Arabic? I just don't understand this. Like, why would it not explain the grammar? That's just fishy to me. Why would it not explain the grammar? Because it's not like every Arabic. No. I wouldn't even say. How come they didn't explain the people who wrote the tafsirs aren't God? I don't know about that, bro. I don't know. You say it's not controversial to those who understood it back then. Why would they not be explaining that if most of the population was illiterate? Okay, well I'm gonna go ahead and move the goalposts. So I'm gonna move the goalposts. If this was not, well, I don't know. It's too fishy, man. It's too fishy. I don't know about the tafsirs not explaining the grammar, especially in a widely illiterate world. Why would the tafsirs not do that? Especially if the grammar has this big of a implication. And Nabil, would you admit that it's a weird coincidence that since the word Messiah, Mashiach, being originally a Hebrew word, would you say that it's a coincidence that Messiah, um, which sounds very similar to Mashiach, why would Messiah have that ending? And how do I know that? Um, well, let's see. Monk. Allahi. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm willing to concede that point, though. I have no problem with conceding that point. And I understand you're probably not going to stick around, which is unfortunate. I hope you come to another stream because you did inform me of this. I'm still gonna see because it's quite the coincidence that Mashiach or Messiah in Arabic is originally a Hebrew word, which just happens to have the same ending. The Hebrew has the same ending as the Arabic. The Arabic has the same ending as English. How do I know that it's not just the ending? Like, I guess God works in mysterious ways. I don't know. Do you want to go into the next topic? I can concede this for now. I'm going to do more research into it, but I'll concede that. I'm fine with that. So what do you want to do, Nabil? Do you want to stick around, or are you going to leave? Or do you want to come on to the do you want to come on and talk? Up to you. Because frankly, there's a lot more issues. I don't mean to change the subject. After all, I did concede that point, so you can win that. You win. You can take that. I'll humble myself on that point. However, I'm not shaken because I have a whole lot of. All right, I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna stream again tomorrow. Or do you want to talk about it again tomorrow? Yeah, good chat, bro. I appreciate that. You made a. I'm human. I can't be right all the time. I learned something new. I'm gonna do more research into it, but for now, I'm gonna concede that point. And if I find something else, then I will talk about it tomorrow. But yeah, I can stream again tomorrow. Do you wanna hop on the stream tomorrow?
W stream.
Heck yeah. All right. Tomorrow seems great. Cool.
You should like try and bring like other people he knows.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Hey, Nabil,
Yeah.
before you go, bro, try to get some of your friends to come up here, because this actually wasn't the original topic I was gonna choose for today. If you were to go on to the, I just know that it's easier to have the conversation about Surah 9:31 if you were just gonna stay on the text. But see if you have some friends that'll come up here and chat, so I can prove to them that Allah is not God, because obviously the title says one thing, but my conversation with you is another thing. So yeah, see if you have any friends, tell them that you just owned me. Tell them you just demolished and crushed me, and that I'm ready to convert and say the Shahada. No, but I do have there's still a lot of issues that I don't think you'd be able to answer for, and it has nothing to do with Arabic grammar. What? You don't got any friends? I think he's gone. Okay, let's look more into this now that he's gone.
Then you left.
Make this a learning stream.
Mm. Wait, you're learning Arabic, right?
I was a little bit, but I wasn't really to the grammar bit yet. Just more so like I wasn't too deep into the grammar.
Oh, okay. I see. There's some like good like YouTubers who focus on the Arabic and the grammar a lot.
Yeah, I want to
There's
I'm
YouTubers.
definitely going to get more learned on this subject. Like obviously it hurts to, be proved wrong, but that's not even like the main issue with this. It's just, lack of understanding of the language is one thing, but contradictions and dilemmas are another. Phyllis, it's more philosophical. But let me try to get this guy on. Hey, bro, are you coming? Okay, I'm gonna do. It looks like no Christians have done a video that.
Search up. You can use Sam Shamoon's website.
Oh, answering this.
Yeah, but some people don't really like that. So, oh dang, it's no longer available.
Islam Unveiled. What is it called?
Answering Islam blog.
Oh, Islam blog. Pull up both. Islam blog. Sarah 931. Requires the following noun to be in a genitive case. The word Allahi ends with kasra and connected. Besides. Because Wait. I think he's wrong. I think he's wrong, bro. I
You think so?
genuinely think he's wrong. I'm reading this. Okay. As I'm understanding it a little bit more. This is kind of funny. So, al-Masiha ends with the fatha, placing it in the accusative case. This indicates that al-Masiha is a direct object of the verb that precedes it. Okay, so it is so al-Masiha, because it ends with fatha, is a direct object of the verb that precedes it. So what verb precedes al-Masiha? It's besides. So if that's a direct object, because what they claim, hold on, let me.
No, I heard you.
So what they claim is that Allahi, which is the kasra, preposition requires kasra, indicating, so the word Allahi ends with a kasra, indicating that it is in the genitive case and is the object of the preposition. Object of the preposition. Okay. Ooh. No, I think you might be right.
Wait, what's the verse?
Surah 9:31.
9:30. Okay.
Besides is not a verb. It is either a preposition or an adverb. It functions as a preposition meaning in addition to or apart from, and as an adverb meaning furthermore or moreover. In contrast, the word beside is a preposition that means next to. Okay, so no, I see what he's saying. He's saying Allahi is so besides is a preposition, while takes or taken is a verb. So taken is a verb, besides is a preposition. Since Allahi ends in e with a kasra, it's saying that this is an object of the preposition that precedes it. The preposition would be besides. So besides Allah. And Masiha would be a direct object of the verb, which the verb would be taken. So basically, I don't know why it's worded this way, because they could have just said they have taken their rabbis, their monks, and Messiah as lords besides Allah, which they explained it here. They translated it correctly then. They translated it correctly in the English. That's what it says. So that's that. It's unfortunate, but you learn something new every day. It's quite confusing. But
yeah, I can see that. You know Christian Prince?
What?
You know Christian Prince?
Yeah.
He has a video on it.
He does?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna read. Let's react to it, because do we really have anything better? If you want to stick around.
It's called Chris. I'm gonna chill for a little bit.
All right, but Christian
and probably do
Prince.
some homework and stuff. Allah, or you can search up Surah 9:31 or Christian Prince Surah 9:31.
Surah 9:31. But does he? Let's see if he even goes into the Well, no, because he speaks them. Wait, what channel is it that
Yeah,
you're
he
seeing?
speaks it. It's Revendeer. Let me see if I can send that one.
Revendeer. Okay, I found it. All right, let's react to it. Let's react to it. Whoa, I think that's fast. No, why is he talking so fast? All right, can you see it? Yeah. All right, let's react to
Yeah, I can
this.
see.
Nice, he's talking so fast.
I don't hear nothing. I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything.
আমাদের মধ্যে কনভারসেশন হচ্ছে উনি বসে বসে ফোন টিপছে হঠাৎ করে একটা স্ট্রাগল করেছে whatever it is খুব পড়াশোনা
Yeah, I don't know about this. Here we go.
Wait, can you put the volume up? Or I don't know what's going on. I can't hear it from my side.
Wait, were you saying something?
Yeah, I can't hear it.
You can't hear it.
Yeah, this whole time I couldn't hear it.
Swear. The heck? Here, it's actually okay because he got this video wrong the same way I got it wrong. But it looks new video. Allah and the Messiah accusative. So let's see. Okay, let's see if I can figure out this sound thing. It's kind of confusing. You really can't. You can't see it, or you can't hear it.
Yeah.
Okay, this one doesn't actually even have sound. I don't think. Does it have sound? No, it doesn't have sound. Okay. Beside Allah and the Messiah. Al-Messiah being accusative, proper noun. Cambridge Dictionary, accusative. The form of a noun, pronoun, or adjective that is used in some languages to show that the word is the direct object of a verb. Okay. Wait. Direct object of okay, yeah. That's what the Cambridge, yeah. That's what bro was saying. That's what he was saying. Nabil. Accusative they have taken as a verb. They're rabbis, they're monks, as lords. Okay. These are accusative, plural noun, plural. Next, beside Allah and Messiah. If the Messiah is an accusative, so where's the verb before Messiah? Messiah. And why is the Messiah written after beside Allah? Yeah, I don't know. And why the word and? Yeah, I don't know. You can't use the verb taken for Messiah because of the word and. Beside Allah and the Messiah. Yeah, I think. So the word and, let's see what his evidence is. In conclusion, and in conjunction also. Used to join two words, phrases, parts of a sentence related to Allah and the Messiah. First part, they have taken the rabbis and monks. Second part, beside Allah and the Messiah, son of Mary. Why did they take their rabbis and monks as lords? Why didn't the Quran write the Messiah before as lords? When did they take their rabbis and monks as lords? Why didn't the Quran? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they did that. Why they put it after. That's what I was saying is why didn't the Quran write the Messiah before as lords?
I see, I see.
And that I was saying, earlier is basically that. Remember when I was saying why they say rabbis and monks as lords, and why didn't they just put Messiah, right after monks? That just makes no sense whatsoever. But anyways, let's keep. So the one God are Allah and the Messiah. Actual Quran verse. Muslims wishful thinking verse. With accusative, it should be written as Takatu. I can't even read that. That wal Masiha. Yeah, so this is rabbi. This is the monks. Wal Masiha. Ibn this is son of Maryam. Arbaban. So this is besides Allahi. They have taken their rabbis and monks as the Messiah, son of Mary, as lords besides Allah. But this is not the case. The brother said, okay. If you want to use the Fatah al-Messiah, shouldn't it be written in this way? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They have taken their rabbis and their monks as the Messiah, and the Messiah but this is not how the verse was written. So he's saying that that's proper, how it should be written if the grammar's correct. Medium, accusative, feminine, proper noun. So where's the verb? Besides Allah and the Messiah, son of Mary. Is it a grammar mistake? So where's the verb? Beside Allah. Rob Christian. There was no vowels in the 7th century. Only the Rasim. Let him cry and lie all he wants. On top of that, it speaks first of the rabbis and teachers that we worship as lords, which is a lie from hell by Muhammad, the fake prophet. And then the ayah says as lords instead of Allah. And wa al-Masih. So are the Lord. Anyways, Allah al-Masih. Show me the Quranic manuscript from the 7th century that has the vowels Dhamma, Fatha, and Kasra in the skeleton text. They were added many years later after Muhammad's death. Oh, okay. Interesting. See, this is exactly what I was saying. Well, this is exactly what I was expecting.
I see.
It was, this grammar rule was added afterwards by some Dawa people or by some imams or sheikhs or scribes or whatever. So this was added. And this goes along with what I was saying in Mashiach. Mashiach is the original term in Hebrew. Is it just a coincidence that every single time that Messiah is said? Let's see. I'm so curious now, because if every time in the Quran it's referred to as Messiah with the fatha, with the ending, and you cannot. There's no evidence to prove that the kasra or the fatha is a modifier, or that it changes the meaning of a word. So I'm gonna. This is very interesting. This is interesting. This is really cool. So they're saying that they created that rule themselves later on. Jews say Ezra is Allah's son, and the Christians say the Messiah is the son of Allah. Since when did the Jews take Ezra as the son of Allah? So the Lord Jesus himself, he's the son of God. Yep. Verse 30. He hath not believed in the name of the begotten Son of God. O people of the book, commit no excuses in your religion. Oh, this is 4. Isa is called Allah's word. O people of the book, commit no excesses in your religion. Not say of Allah aught but truth. Isa is the son of Mary, was a messenger of Allah and his word. Wow. He was the messenger of Allah and his word, which he bestowed on Mary, and a spirit proceeding from him. Isa is the messenger, the word of Allah, and a spirit from Allah. Sahih al-Bukhari 4476, go to Jesus, Allah's slave. His apostle and Allah's word have a spirit coming from him. His apostle and Allah's words. Sahih Muslim 195, Jesus, the word of Allah and his spirit. Riyadh al-Sahih Salihin 201. Isa, Jesus, Allah's words and spirit. Why Adam and Muhammad are not called the word of Allah? So,
and if you ask them that question, they won't have an answer to it. If you ask them that question of why is Esau the only one called that, they won't have an answer to it.
Sahih Muslim 195, Jesus, the word of Allah and his spirit. Interesting, bro. That's interesting. I mean, then again, they do claim that Isa was sinless and born of a virgin. So I think they would just be like, I don't know what would they say? Because they don't say that, Muhammad.
No, but what
you say?
What does the word mean though? In that case, what does the
Oh,
word
true.
mean? Like,
Yeah, because
the
they
only
say
way they
that
explain that is through using.
eternal, because they claim that the Quran is eternal word, and if it's eternal,
Right.
then it's God. It's uncreated, which means boom, you're Trinitarian.
Right.
But okay, so this makes a lot of sense. This is what I expected. This is what I suspected, but I didn't know. But I'm gonna look up when was the Fatha, Sra, and Dhamma in Arabic established. Mm. Okay, so it says that the Arabic vowels Fatha, Kasra, and Dhamma were established around the late 7th and 8th centuries. Muhammad died. Oh my goodness. I think Christian Prince is right. Because if so the let's see. When was the Quran written down? You just didn't answer my question, but okay. So in the beginning of 610, sacred scripture according to conventional Islamic belief, the Quran was revealed by the angel Gabriel to the Prophet Muhammad in the West Arabian towns Mecca. That's not what I asked. Okay, so the Quran had already been made into the book only 20 years after Muhammad's death. So, which is funny and, quite convenient that the Fatha, Dhamma, and Kasra rules were made in the late 7th century and early 8th century. So this is something that they created after the Quran was written.
Damn.
So there you have it.
Damn.
That's kind of crazy, right?
Oh yeah, that is kind of crazy. What?
Dang. If only we could invite him back on, or if only we could bring him back on or show him this video, because that's quite funny. It's quite funny that the Quran worded it that way. And also in Sahih Muslim and Sahih Bukhari, it talks to in Sahih Bukhari and Sahih Muslim, they both refer to Isa as the word, Allah's word. So it's that, and the Quran also explains it as if Isa is equal with God, with Allah. So according to Bukhari, Muslim, and the Quran, and they can't appeal to the Fatha, Kasra, and Dhamma because it came after the Quran was already written down. And then of course they're going to say what was written down is exactly the same as what was orally, transcribed, or what was orally said. So it's like, no, they had to deal with the fact that this is so interesting, bro, because it shows you that Muhammad may have had a higher view of Christ. He may have had a higher view of Christ and maybe changed his mind. I don't know.
That is a thought. He changed his mind throughout his teachings and stuff. Like some things contradict some of the Quran passages, where you can tell like he changed some of these thoughts, what he originally thought.
Dang. So even if yeah, bro, that explains everything. So if only this dude back on and see what he says about that. Yeah, the system it says the system was developed. Here, I'll show he probably wouldn't like that well, if he wanted to go to AI overview from Google, it's only right that I go to AI overview from Google. So the Arabic vowels Fatha, Kasra, and Dhamma were established around the late 7th and 8th centuries CE to help readers pronounce the Quran accurately. This is dumb, man. As the language became more widespread initially, the system used colored dots, but it evolved into the present-day forms of horizontal lines, colored dots, and a downward slanted line for Kasra, and a small loop for Dhamma. But the Fatha and Kasra are often attributed with the grammarian Al-Khalil ibn Ahmed al-Faraki, whatever, in the 8th century. Okay, so the Dhamma has been around, is what it says, a little bit longer, so before. But with the Fatha and Kasra, it's attributed to the grammarian, so the grammar scholars, Al-Khalil ibn Ahmed al-Farakidi. I think that's what it says. In the 8th century. So in the 700s, likely 70 plus years after Muhammad already died, 50 plus years after the Quran was written down, this guy came over here and changed the grammar rules for the Quran. To do what?
Yeah.
To pronounce the Quran accurately.
What? Okay.
But it doesn't just change the pronunciation, it changes the meaning as well. How convenient. Well, I guess, I mean, it would make sense for the pronunciation to also change the meaning, but nonetheless, it's inconsequential. Nonetheless, they went in and they tried to change the meanings of the words. That doesn't add up. That makes no sense to me. I would say, can you imagine if in the Bible, let's say, we have the Hebrew Bible. Can you imagine if they were like, if somebody came in right after the Bible's let's say right after the Torah was written down, if somebody came in and changed the grammar rules that changed the meaning for your language, how convenient.
Yeah, that would be a talking point Muslims would use. If that happened, then Muslims would use that talking point.
Exactly, they would
to disprove it.
They would. Well, I can't believe that's actually crazy, because I was ready to concede that point. But I'm kind of glad I didn't. Like, I didn't completely concede it. I said I would look into it more, and I'm glad I looked into it more, because this is great. This is funny. This is pretty funny. Wow. If only.
Are you gonna bring it up to him tomorrow?
Yeah, I am. I think I'm gonna bring it up to him after I go through the Islamic dilemma. I don't think I've really. I just want to see what he says about the Islamic dilemma. This Surah 931 thing was just. I only went to this because he didn't want to do VC. I don't want to give him the Islamic dilemma while he's just typing, but I can show him one verse while he's typing. So that the stream didn't really go to plan, but I think it still ended up working. That's pretty funny, bro. That's pretty funny. The Fatha and Kasra, the thing that saved him, Fatha and Kasra, ended up just being a little rule change that the Quranic people, the Islam defenders, just so happened to time it perfectly. They timed it perfectly right after the Quran started being written down. Can you imagine that, bro? Changing a language. This is funny. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
But that's all. It's also a good I also like the Sahih Muslim. I'm gonna write down those sources and. Yeah, I'll bring that up to him because I don't know what he could say. You have no evidence to believe that the Fatah and Kasra weren't even around when it was written, so you have no right. You have no evidence to believe that that's what they meant by that. So the very basis of what he's arguing upon is fabricated. If only he could stick around.
Yeah, if only.
Well,
that's a good talking point.
Yeah, for sure. No, I definitely learned a lot about that, bro. This is a good stopping point. It's 9 o'clock. I think I'm just gonna go wind down and chill. Shout out to whoever.
Yeah, it was a good stream.
Somebody was like sticking through the entire thing, I think, but they left now. So I don't know who that was. They're already gone though. But yeah, this is a good stream, bro. This is a good stream. I'm gonna go live again tomorrow and then Wednesday. But you know, it's also crazy, bro. I'm pretty sure I just got laid off from my job.
Damn.
Yeah,
bro,
I just got the text. This is a whole.
Damn, that's tough, man. Sorry
Yeah,
about that.
I just got laid off, bro. That's crazy. That's all good. I got to get surgery. I got to get surgery a day before Thanksgiving. So like, and they're going through like a rough patch in their thing. So they're cutting a few people, and I knew I was going to be one of them because I have to get surgery. So it's like, yeah, why would you cut me? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel.
So yeah. But all right, well, this is a good stopping point.
I guess hopefully bring some other person or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
I just came to check out like what was going on.
Yeah, 100%. Well, bro, this stream went better than it went worse than I thought at the beginning, but then it started going better. But yeah, thanks for hopping on, bro. It's pretty fun. I had fun.
Yeah, it was all good. It's all good. Are you gonna keep this part, or you gonna cut it?
Oh no, I'm gonna keep all of it.
It doesn't matter to you.
I was gonna cut it. I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna cut it. I was gonna cut it to go do more research and then keep the one for tomorrow so I could go through the entire thing again. But with the way, and I'm just being honest, you know, but with the way it went, I'm gonna keep it because one, it shows that
Okay.
you know, I'm showing the Muslims that I'm not, you know, hard headed in the sense that I'll admit when I'm wrong, if I'm wrong. Turns out I was wrong, just not in a way that I was expecting. But I ended up being right when I didn't really try to be. But yeah, thanks for also showing that Christian Prince video because I didn't see that when I was looking for it. I didn't see that Christian Prince video. That's fire. But all right, I'm gonna end it now. Appreciate that, bro.
All right.